Camaros. They're not going to win a race in 2026. Welcome to the Cooldown Room Pod with your hosts Dan and Alex, and we've got an exciting pod coming up today. Of course, last week we spoke about Formula One. Today we talk about the Repco Supercars Championship because it's officially race month, Alex. It's finally February, and at the end of the month we will be racing once again for the round one at Sydney. Alex, how are you, mate?
Great. You just made my day, actually. I completely forgot it's race month. Like, February has already come around super quick. And I'm excited for Supercars to be back. You know, we had a really cool season last year. Weird ending. But the drama will be back, and so will the on-track action very soon.
Yeah, we already have drama. Not on the track, however. And it's not as dramatic as when Brodie Kostecki... You know what? It is as dramatic because Neil Crompton could, in fact, not be returning to Supercars in 2026. Alex, your first initial thoughts?
Outrage. Absolute outrage. I remember the beef and people, which by the way, we are live on TikTok. I forgot to mention that part. We are live on TikTok as we're recording this podcast. So if you're on TikTok, joining us while we're on live, hello to all, and get your comments in, have some questions, whatever you want to talk about. That's what makes our podcast so great. It's interactive. We do it live. So if you want to join, like Courtney's just written hello, Courtney. You know, anyone can join in. That was really good timing, by the way. Thank you. And yeah, no, we're back. And look, outrage, Daniel. Outrage is the word. And I'm just as disappointed, if not more, than when Larko got dumped by Supercars Media a couple years ago. And then within a month or two, all the negative media came out, or negative feedback, I should say, from fans, brought him back and got him a job. So... yeah, I hope we can do that again because there's no reason, unless Crompo wants to, leave. Like, there's no reason. Yeah. He is the voice of Supercars, so if he's gone...
And from the sounds of it too, he doesn't want to leave, but if the current offer at the moment, by the way, he's only being offered, like 2 events this year, which is most likely the Enduros, and it's not even a lead commentator role either, so he's planning on not coming back if that's the case. V8 Superclips made a good point here. Do we think the online petition trying to save Crompo will work? Well, it did work with Larko back when Larko was kicked out. So fingers crossed, because Crompo had, we have been talking about this plenty of times off air. I'm happy for Crompo to make way for young talent to move through, but not this way, right? I want him to retire when he's ready. You know, when he's ready to give the mantle to someone else, because we've got fantastic people like Matt Noldy, Chad Nailon, ready to, more than ready to take that main commentary role. But what I would love to see is Crompo, if he's not lead commentator, it's okay. But if he's the second commentator and have one of the young guys as the lead for a year, and then we can get used to hearing new voices, by the time Crompo will leave, then we'll be okay with it. But the ways Supercars have done this is just really dirty, in my opinion.
Well, I think what Supercars have done right in the last couple of years is, like you said, have those other commentators, the Matt Noltys, the Chad Nailons, do support categories for us to get used to them one day taking over doing Supercars. And I think we're at the position where if one of them were to join the commentary box full time, we won't be like, oh, who's that? Like, who's this random? Like, we know who they are. Australian motorsport fans know who those lads are. But I do agree with you. It shouldn't have just happened overnight and just straight up swap, instantly. It should have been a progressional, gradual thing. And I really hope they do make it right and have him in the second role, not leading, not doing as much, but still be there every week. Even if he's, I don't know, it's a bit more of a difficult job, but even in the pit lane, something, just something where he's there all the time, because he is the voice of Supercars. He explains things so unbelievably well. Not to say that the other guys wouldn't, but come on, it's Crompo. He's been there forever.
He is the voice, because obviously when we saw that Ford showcase back when they revealed the Red Bull F1 car a couple of weeks ago, they used Crompo's voice for the Mustang segment. And that's just, I don't know if you watched it, but I did.
No,
but,
I didn't know.
Yeah, they showed Crompo's, I think, the Bathurst win as well. That's what they used it for. But I'm glad you mentioned Pit Lane Reporter, because I'll talk about that in just a moment. But Jordan, my two favourite mates, how are you, mate? Courtney says apparently he didn't want a send-off, but didn't want part-time. Yeah, I did see that as well. I understand both of that, but he deserves to at least leave in his own terms. If he doesn't want to send, obviously, Neil was known for probably not wanting everything to be about him.
Yeah.
He is fairly, what's the word? So I can understand that, but I wish he just doesn't get kicked out due to decisions somewhere else. I want him to be the one to make that decision. Matt would be fantastic as well. We have heard him in Super 2. We've heard him in Supercars, actually. He commentated at the Bend, I think, in one of the practice sessions. Again, did a good job. Maybe this is leading up to that, maybe. Definitely, I'm sure Supercars were trialling that, for sure.
We've kind of speculated this to happen for a couple of years, though.
Oh, yeah, no, it's been in the talks for ages, But when it comes to the pit lane reporting that you mentioned, I would love to see Crompo in the commentator seat, but there are talks that Mark Scaife will also no longer be commentating as well. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Mark Scaife in terms of commentary like many others, but I respect him as a driver. I think he's a brilliant talent, but he would be fantastic in the pit lane with Mark Larkham, I reckon, pressing the drivers during the heated moments. I think he'll do a good job of that.
Absolutely. There is a comment here that's come in from Courtney regarding the timing of Crompo leaving, which is being a bit strange in her opinion, which I kind of agree with. But she said it might have something to do with the Supra coming in. Now, he actually had a role and has a role with Toyota on, I don't really know what the job title is, but he has a role where he's helped with the progression of that car and the development of the program. Just for Toyota in general, like the awesome GR86 Cup series, then the regular 86 series, what's it called?
GR Cup. GR Cup.
The GR Cup. What's the one lower? With the older generation?
86 Scholarship.
Scholarship series.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. The Scholarship series. He's had a bit of an impact with all three of those categories. So maybe they've kind of offered him a role where he could be a bit more influential behind the scenes. We don't know. Maybe that's got to do with the decision making of this. And he said, maybe I will go part time, but I just think when it comes to rumors coming out, let's say, they're not really good at being discreet about it. They kind of embarrass themselves when something happens that people, fans, influencers, even the Scott Pye, the Apex Hunters are pretty on the fence with all this. And I think everyone is, because I don't know, for many people in the stream or in the comments or even listening to us who may be a bit of our age, our generation here, that's all we've heard mostly growing up is Neil Crompton. And it's kind of I know we're not all huge fans of him, but Crofty in F1, he is the voice now, and it would suck for him to go if you're British. But you know what I mean? The fact of the matter still is if he's okay to do it, don't change it. That's all I'm kind of saying. But I reckon something to do with Toyota's happened for this to happen at this current time.
Yeah, it was true. He's literally the Murray Walker of modern day supercars. We did have Mike Raymond back in the day as well, but right now he definitely, it's safe to say he's been been around since the 80s. But
absolutely.
I'm a bit on the fence with the whole Toyota thing, whether it had an influence or not. Because knowing supercars make decisions because supercars prefer those decisions. We've seen them make some interesting decisions in the past, but got to give credit to them where credit's due, though. They are trying new things. They're trying to change things up to make things better. Unfortunately, one of these decisions, though, however, they chose the wrong decision, basically. But yeah, I know he's heavily involved in the Toyota thing, and I don't think that will change anytime soon, whether he's in the broadcasting or not. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be weird, let's just say, if he's not there round one, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, it's not going to be a complete shock if the Chad Naylor, Matt Doherty, or Richard Craill is there, because we've heard him the whole. Yeah, we've heard them for years in development series. So, if you're someone like us who watches all the categories from start to finish during the whole race weekend, then you know who they are. So it's not a huge shock. But anyway, I just hope it's a smooth transition, and there's no embarrassment or BS or stuff that supercars are pretty well known for.
Yeah, that's it. But I guess one thing they haven't been good at is, like you said earlier, is handling their rumors and stuff. But what they do fail, they're not good at, is addressing those rumors.
Yes.
When they should.
Yes.
Because they don't do that, the rumors just go out of control to the point where Crompo actually has to make a statement.
Yes.
That they have handled this whole segment poorly, because they haven't said a single word. All they've said is that they'll be announcing it, I think, the week of, or when they do the season launch or whatever, at the end of the month. Not now, at the end of the month. So rumors are just going to go like
yeah,
so
it's not good.
That's something they've got problems with.
Like unlike F1 rumors, when you hear something that happens 2 or 3 days later, if this is going to be dragging on for a month, then things change in a month, man. Things really change. Like I said at the start of the episode, the fact that Mark Larkham got released by Supercars, and then all the fans were like, no, no, no. And then he returned at round 1 before the season even started. I think there's stuff like this could influence the decision-making of Supercars, but also Crompo himself, I guess. I know he's not going to be watching our podcast, but you know what I mean? Like, the fact that just all this stuff exists, and we'll make clips out of it and share it around. And I hope for Crompo's sake that he hasn't been kicked out and this is his decision. And if it is, I totally respect that. But Supercars, please just work on the way you announce things, because I don't want another bad story at the start of a season. Like, just start the season with some positivity, eh? Shall we? Toyota's make it happen.
I like last year. Actually, no, sorry. Last year we even had the finals, so that was everyone was all talking about that. I was going to say last year was quiet to start the season.
No, it really wasn't.
Well, it really wasn't. But
just
like you said,
no drivers left.
Yeah, go. yeah, pretty much. But like you said before, if it is Crompo's decision, then absolutely respect that. But the vibe I'm getting so far is that's not the case, unfortunately.
No.
And I got a feel for Crompo, because obviously, we all know how much he loves the sport, and we all love him voicing our sport that we love. Even as Zach says, Crompo, he grew up watching him, and like us as well, we did the same.
Yeah,
and we spoke to my cousin Bailey about this plenty of times, especially off air. He's like, they can't get rid of him. He's the voice of Supercars. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And anyone who doesn't watch Supercars would hear that voice still, whether it's like promo ads and everything like that. They would hear his voice, not anyone else's, his voice. So I guess we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But let us know in the comments below on YouTube what you think. Are you... do you want Crompo to stay? Are you happy that Supercars are making a change? Is this the way to do it? Of course, let us know in the comments below. And be sure to hit that like and subscribe button as well to stay up to date with all the latest news. I'm sure we'll be sharing any news regarding Crompo and his future once we know.
Just in between, a few people have joined us in the live TikTok, so be sure to say hello, comment. We just finished talking about Neil Crompton and the fact that he might be residing from full-time commentary this year, which we hope. Cut a long story short, we hope it's not true. I guess we'll move on to some other news-ish. There's not too much in Supercars at the moment. But,
very small.
Dick Johnson race, livery reveals are coming. And
we've got a drum roll, everyone.
First livery reveal is basically the Alpine of F1. Actually, it's more like the Ferrari of F1. TJR, not changing the livery. That's the point.
Yeah.
Alpine
That's right.
didn't change the livery. I'm sorry if no one understood what I meant, but
I didn't.
Alpine didn't change
it. Did.
Alpine didn't change a thing with their livery, nor did Shell. The only thing that has changed, Daniel, which is a good thing, is Brody Kostecki's now taken over the number 17 car. Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I love it. You know, he's obviously the lead driver in the team now, with Rylan Gray, the rookie, joining in the number 38. I think they had a fantastic year building, getting used to the team. I think we're set for a really good year with DJR, hopefully. You know, they're no longer the homologation team. Triple Eight now do that. So now they can put 100% their focus into the race team. So, and that's what they've been struggling with ever since they became that factory team. So really excited to see how they do this year. They're definitely going to be interesting for sure. But do you know what I loved seeing in that promo, and I wish we have it in real life, is the
you
number
haven't said
17.
it. I know where you're going.
The number on the side of the door. We need that back, because those tiny small numbers I just can't read.
It's not it, man. And you know what bothers me about those as well is typically on most of the cars, nothing's actually replaced that spot. You know, like it could come back tomorrow and just look exactly the same as it does normally. And the problem was, especially when Gen 3 became a thing, the numbers became even smaller because the chassis were smaller. Well, not chassis weren't smaller, but the windows were all smaller.
Windows, you couldn't see anything.
The cars, that's how the cars are actually built. So, yeah, I think that itself could actually be a topic of conversation for a few minutes if you want. Just door numbers and driver numbers being way too small and ridiculously hard to see. And the fact that they've brought in the electronic... Yeah, here we go.
Sorry.
Courtney's already started it.
Roof numbers. Bring them back. Where the hell did they go? Where the hell did roof numbers go?
You know what? If supercars want to develop all the NASCAR traits, they never got rid of a door number. Bring them back.
Basically, like we said with NASCAR, similar to NASCAR, some teams run multiple liveries a year, right? And you kind of lose track of who's who, especially in NASCAR anyway, because they change every week. But that's why their numbers are so huge.
Brad Jones Racing.
Yeah, so basically, it is true. I just had nothing to say after that. But because NASCAR changed livery so much, their numbers are so big and bold, you can easily identify who's who. Why we need that in supercars? Because I can't read. And I actually saw this. Someone posted. I don't know who posted it. I think maybe Race Nuts, if you know them. If they're watching, even hello. They posted a question saying, should you know how Enduros, they've only got the main driver's last name on the front.
Don't get me started on this.
Right? Should they have both names? I think keep the first name, but that because you can't read. If they have two names there, you can't see anything. You don't know who's who. But that goes back to the numbers. Sorry, let me finish. This goes back to the numbers. The numbers are too small. Put them back on the door panels and on the roof, and we know who's who.
Yeah. Another thing that's really bothered me about the part of the co-drivers, actually, just what else is the whole look of numbers and names. I don't know if anyone's noticed, and this is me being extremely picky, but there were two teams last year that I noticed year round that did not have the driver's last name or first name or whole name above the door. Anyone know what those two teams were? I'll give you a hint. One of them won the championship. So WAU didn't have. They had their little sponsor Loquete or something. I don't know, whatever it was, above the door,
I remember that,
where the name is meant to be. And the second team was the whole of Brad Jones Racing. They had the New Balance logo, just a little NB above the door. Like that's just ridiculous. And I hope that somewhere in the massive rule book, that somewhere in small writing that they've put there, you need to have the last name on the bloody door. That's
well put.
That's my beef as well. Every other team did it, and I loved it. Especially when we were sitting in the media room above them, you could read it perfectly. So anyone trackside could actually read who was driving the car. And back to your point, when the Enduros are around, we went to the Ben 500 last year. I had no idea who was in the car. I know that supercars, and before you comment, I know that the numbers of the LEDs change their color, so you know who the co-driver is. But what if you don't know who the co-driver is? Like, full stop. You know, and like F1, I think the supercars are trying to bring in a few more casual fans. And what if they go to a racetrack? They have no idea who's in a race car. They don't think New Balance is in a race car.
Maybe they are. Someone's literally named it. But no, you make a good point. You know, and Bryce, the Gen 3 windows are way too small to have anything on it. That's why they should have a big, giant, fat number on the door panel.
I don't understand why Bryce has made a point. Why can't they have the numbers bigger? What year was it? I want to say 2019, 2020 maybe, where they had the numbers that were massive. It was the first year that McLaughlin wasn't here. So maybe 2021.
21.
They had
because 2020...
the massive numbers. Wins right in the corner.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Or who thought numbers in the middle of the windscreen? By the way, the wiper is there. No idea who came up with that idea.
The problem is, it's not a bad thing because it's actually handy now, but the LED positioning thing, that's the reason why the number moved to the middle. But do you remember...
I don't know.
You go, and then I'll tell you.
I've got nothing. I got no other suggestions.
Fair enough. Do you remember back in 2020, they had the number from the left to the right? They shifted it to the right side of the car for some reason. No idea why. They only did that for 1 year. I think it was for that name or LED. No.
Yeah, because it was delayed.
There was a rumor... But there was a rumor back in the day, I think 2016, they were actually going to have the driver's face on the windscreen. That was, that was a thing back in the day.
No.
But if you like big numbers, have you seen
I know,
stock car
I'm sorry, but I know how to I've thought it out.
Here we go, everyone.
Supercars has become NASCAR. NASCAR's is perfect. They have the title sponsor, last name, done. And you know where it is? It's where the sponsors would be. Remember back in the day when everyone had Ford and Holden? That little weather strip above where the names are now? That needs to be where the driver names go.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, sponsors. Put it in.
No, you're absolutely right. Because Super 2, Alice Buckley, she tested with Matt Stone Racing, Queensland Raceway. They had her name on that banner. It was perfect.
Yep.
You know, they should do that. Absolutely. Put the name on the banner. Even GR Cup Hat does that. I'm pretty sure. Because I remember Jack Perkins posting something about that.
I'm not a huge fan of the end-to-end. I love the NASCAR one. You have half the sticker. You can put Repco, because that's the title sponsor. And then the last name. In the same font. Everyone has the exact same font. Same colors. And then you can distinguish... for the finals, like NASCAR did, they had gold ones or different colored ones for the driver that's in the finals. I don't understand why they've not done that. I do know because it brings in title sponsors. But I think it needs to be on that little strip above where the names are currently so you can read it and just have... It also needs to look the same for everybody, like continuity. I hate having series where some cars have bigger numbers than other cars. It happens in lower class where we go.
Hang on. Are you telling me that supercars are inconsistent with everything they do? That can't be right.
No, that can't be right.
That can't be right at all. I don't know what Alex is on about. Jeez Louise.
Weird. I don't know.
But yeah, no. I personally prefer the big letters, easily identifiable on TV or from a distance.
I think if you do that strip that we're talking about, you could also include the enduro drivers quite simply.
Let's probably move on from numbers now.
That took up more time than I expected.
Because I don't know how long it's been, but we've just spoken about Crompo and numbers. That's about it. And numbers ain't even a news point. It's just a debate. Valid debate, by the way. Lex, next news. Oh, wait, no, you were going to tell us about the livery dates.
I am.
So why don't we get into that, shall we?
So the door numbers got in the way of... thanks, DJ. Well, it's not really news. It's just more of a reminder. Obviously, Shell being the first team to have their livery reveal yesterday, which, let's be honest, wasn't really a reveal. They made the rear wing black. That's all I could tell. It was different. The
Wow.
next, this is a what's the word? Debatable topic. The next reveal is by STT Logistics, the Jack Smith Less edition, with Jackson Walls being their driver. Rest in peace, Jack Smith. Daniel was very sad. He's missing his favourite driver.
It's okay. It's okay. Tommy Smith is still in Supercars with Super 2.
That is news.
I'm okay with that.
Now,
that is news. There we go. News.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is he the guy that was in
You're
F3
wrong.
a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That
After
is the
SCT,
same Tommy
which is
Smith.
on the 6th of Feb, by the way, so in 4 days. Well, when this goes tomorrow, it'll be 3 days. The day after is Red Bull and Penrite. Now, Red Bull are going to some event down in Geelong to do theirs. If you're local to Geelong, enjoy. We're not. Penrite is going to be launching theirs also on the 7th. On the 8th, now I forgot, I've written down WAU, but that's not their name anymore, is it?
It's TWG Walkinshaw Racing or something like that. Because it's all because the Andretti United, or the Andretti part at least, has parted ways.
Let's just say Walkinshaw.
Let's just say Walkinshaw.
All right. Walkinshaw is on the 8th of February alongside Matt Stone Racing, who I've heard rumours are keeping the Bendix sponsorship, so little hint there. Team 18 will be on the 10th of February. That'll be interesting to see if they've changed anything, because usually they don't. Tickford, also, same thing. That's on the 12th of February, as well as BRT, which I'm really looking forward to. They've hinted they have almost a brand new team name. Liquid Molly has come on board as well as someone else. So that should be a brand new looking car with one brand new driver. One brand new driver. In James Golding. Erebus are next on the 16th of Feb with their one new driver. Fuck's sakes, I got to remember who's where. Cooper Murray, and what's the rookie's name?
Job Stewart.
That's the one. Thank you. Premier are the last scheduled team, which is on the 17th, and then BJR, no idea. They haven't announced it yet.
Do you know why? Because they reveal livery each week.
Yeah.
Simple as that. But back with, I've actually forgotten what I was going to say. That's right. SCT Logistics, right, is obviously a Triple 8 this year. They were with BJR last year, with Triple 8 this year. However, to confuse everyone even more, the way the pits are going to work is they're going to share garages with Brad Jones Racing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they're at the back.
But, yeah. Well,
sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Courtney's written in,
facts.
there was a strong contingent of Jack Smith fans at the Bend. Yeah, because Daniel brought them all.
Yes.
Daniel was the reason. No, I'm joking. We don't know why. But Daniel is the number one Jack Smith fan. Jack Smith, if you're watching and you'd like to join our pod, Daniel would love to. I'll even sit back and have you and sit out for an episode. Daniel would just chat with you the whole time. Make that into a reel. We need Jack Smith on the show.
Jeez,
you are the number one Jack Smith fan.
Yeah,
although, can I embarrass Daniel for a second? Every time we've been in a Supercars paddock and we've seen him, I tell Daniel to go up to him. He has not once done that.
Because I don't want to. I need to be professional.
This was before we started LTM.
I still have... but I still... Shut up. Good point.
We need everyone to share when we film this, when we do our reel. Get Jack Smith on the show.
Well, everyone agrees he is the GOAT.
Yeah, there you go.
Get him and Nicholas Latifi in a room together.
Oh, Jesus. Boom.
It's exactly post round out. It's hard to be in the presence of greatness. Well
I'm
put.
down.
Well
Let's bring Jack Smith on.
Speaking of Jack Smith, Bryce actually pointed out he'll be driving a Triple 8 machine this year.
Really?
Yeah.
What's he driving?
Isn't he driving? I don't know.
I thought he's in
driving a Jackson. I don't know.
Isn't he with
Let's move
TFH?
Yeah, sometimes, but I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know.
we don't know. We need to bring him on the show to ask him what he's doing. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's move on. So we've got some Super 2 news, right? Obviously, we already announced that Tommy Smith will be racing, but we've also got Zach Best back
Is he?
at Anderson Motorsport.
There you go.
The team he was
Wasn't he there
with,
before?
I think, what? Yeah, not last year. He had a break last year, but the year before that.
Yeah.
He's back again, so hopefully he...
Hey, he
again,
did
we keep
good.
saying he belongs in supercars, you know?
Enduros, man. He was good.
Yeah, then we've also got Lockie Dalton, obviously no longer with Tickford. He's with Blanchard Racing with Bailey Sweeney. So they're running
Good
a two-car team next year. Very good combination.
Good combination.
Excited to see how they go. Obviously, who else? I forgot his name. The one that was in... Oh, you know what? It's gone. It's gone.
It's not someone who's Harry Potter, is it?
No, not Bernardo.
I still laugh at that video.
Oh, dude, that's funny.
If you know, you know.
How long? We're 40 minutes in, and we haven't even gone through our predictions yet. So let's get into that, shall we?
Probably should do that. Predictions, yes. Well, if you joined us last week, you know that I created 4. Well, they're not really created. 4 categories of predictions, which if you're on our live, like I said, if you're listening on YouTube or Spotify, join our live stream so you can be a part of our predictions. We have the champion, obviously. That's a really simple one. I've called it the biggest stall, which basically who's going to be worse than they were last year. Most improved, and then an out there prediction, just something bold, out of the blue, crazy, may not ever happen, but hope will happen. Prediction. So, Daniel, do you want to kick us off?
Well, I do, because I want to start off. Let's give a twist. Well, not a twist. I want to do this, right? Instead of champ, because obviously we did that with F1 Supercars. We got the Sprint Cup winner, the Enduro Cup winner.
I like this.
And the champion. You like that?
I think we're going to have the same answer for the sprint, but here we are.
All right, let's start off. How about we do one at a time? So we do we do sprint. I say mine, you say yours.
Yep.
All right. For the Sprint Cup, I reckon we could easily see Brock Feeney again.
Yep. Next.
Definitely. Fair enough. Enduro Cup. That's a good question, because obviously it's the Bend and Bathurst. I want to say Feeney.
Well,
but
he doesn't have his curse anymore.
That's true. So it could well and truly be Feeney. But I'm just going to say this, depending if the Toyota's good.
Oh, you're bold.
I'm going with...
Not really.
I'm going with Ryan Wood.
Wow. Have they announced their driver combo, though? I don't remember.
Yes, and I've forgotten.
Isn't it the same?
No, because Ojada's in the main game.
That's right. Yes.
Forgot last year.
Yep.
So,
I don't remember.
If you know, you know.
Jackson Evans. Jackson Evans. There you go. We remember Bryce.
Right.
Bryce is on
Thank you.
it, man. Bryce has got it.
Yeah. Thank God we have you here, mate. But yeah, no, I reckon they will be. They could be if the Toyota's good.
And then your final. Oh, I got to do mine.
What's your Enduro though?
Sorry, I forgot that. We both picked Feeney for the sprint.
That's right. I forget.
Enduro. Ooh, it'd be nice to pick a Toyota with Walkinshaw. Now, there was a comment here that came up before. All aboard the Payne train from Post Round Dump.
I like
Matt
that.
Payne and Will Davison, most likely. Very good combo. Very good combo. The only concern I would have is Will maybe not. I'm not worried about his pace. Just he's had a bit of bad luck at Bathurst specifically over the last couple of years. But look, they should have won last year. Him and Garth. Sorry, they did. My bad. Fucking hell. Sorry. Oh my god. I forgot they crossed the finish line second.
Oh my god.
Fuck, that was embarrassing. That was really bad.
You weren't ruined that one, did you?
There's a clip. Yeah. I reckon he can do it again. I reckon he can do it again, and this time with Will Davison. But just the calmness from Matt Payne for what he showed. He was so calm, he didn't even celebrate winning, basically. You know, I think he could be up there to do well at the Bend as well. And actually, we haven't mentioned the Bend news. We forgot about that.
What about... Oh, yeah, no, that's because that happened a while ago. Yeah, basically, long story short, we'll make it very quick. The Bend 500 this year will be using the West layout instead of the international layout. So it's the shorter layout that we used back in 2020. Better for racing for supercars. Great decision by Supercars and the Bend.
Yep, done. Couldn't agree more. Now, finals. Daniel, go first.
I think... I know I'm going to sound boring here, but Feeney. He'll be hungry. He'll be looking for redemption, revenge, but that Mustang, you know, Triple Eight Mustang, they're going to be hard to beat this year if they're good, you know. So that's why I'm picking Feeney.
Mate, it's it's going to be so interesting. I see Red Bull in a Ford is going to be weird. But yeah, actually, Max Verstappen's driven the first Ford Mustang, as it's turned out, which is quite ironic. Oh, look, man, it's so hard to go against Feeney. He is so hungry. He has a beard now. That's how dedicated he is to racing. He's not even worried about shaving.
Must be watching the pods.
Yeah, not me anyway. Yeah, I look like more Thomas Randall. Shout out to Thomas. He's awesome. And he's got been mentioned in a comment here by Bryce. Randall prediction still doesn't get to win a race. And he gets dominated by Waters again. Wow, that's not what I was thinking when I mentioned him. Sorry about that, Thomas. Shit. I should have read the comment before I said it.
Oh, my God. At least look at
God.
Read Courtney's message. You know, she's rooting for Thomas, and so are we. We're hoping he can get a win.
She's rooting for Aaron Cameron too. Whoa!
You know how close he got last time, Adelaide. We thought he was going to get it done.
Yeah, that ended well,
those
didn't it?
early laps.
Shit.
Yeah, because because of you.
Because I jinxed it.
Yeah.
No, back to the champ bit. Yeah, Feeney's so hard to pass up. Hey, he's so difficult to pass up.
No, yeah.
Hopefully Walkinshaw's back there with the Toyotas. I know Red Bull won't be hoping for that. But could we see a Penrite? I reckon there could be a Penrite car in there. Top 4.
I hope so.
We've already seen
Kai Allen smashed it out of the park in Adelaide last year and all season long as well. But Matt Payne, you know, if he was up there as well, he would have been in the mix.
He had the issue
Adelaide,
with Sandown, didn't he?
Yeah, which promoted Kai Allen. But definitely don't discount the Penrite guys. Never discount them. They've proven why you shouldn't over the years. They've done some sensational racing over the years, especially remember the pit stop strategies they've done over, I think 2024. So I'm excited to see what they do in 2026. They'll be hungry for some victories. Biggest stall, I'm going to say Team 18, right?
Wow.
Because, and actually Team 18.
I like this.
Not just Team 18, but Camaros. They're not going to win a race in 2026.
Well, I'm going to go back a few comments because I did see one from Bryce saying that I guess this is more of an out there prediction because he's wrote the out there prediction, but Chev win less than 5 races. That's an interesting call.
It can happen. I definitely don't expect Camaros to dominate, to be fair, only one team really dominated last year in a Camaro. That was Triple Eight. So don't expect to see Camaro up there compared to the others in this year. Because I've openly said that Team 18, I don't think they should have had that homologation role.
Yep.
I think that belonged to another team. But at the end of the day, money does talk. Nothing against Reynolds or Di Pasquale. They're both great drivers. But I just don't think they're going to get a win. Maybe Matt Stone Racing, they tend to get a cheeky win here and there, so maybe they could be the saving grace for Camaro, but it's definitely going to be really interesting to see. Maybe Job Stewart at Erebus, that's again, who knows, but what do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm on the same page as you. It's going to it's eye-opening to see that Red Bull, after so many years, AAA dominating the whole competition, to see them, out of all, turn my light off, I'm way too bright here. Out of all people, them changing suppliers, it's crazy. It's obviously they've seen something that doesn't work. It's kind of, I mean, Red Bull and F1, they've changed suppliers more times than I can remember. But each time that they've done that, they've still been in the same position most of the time, except 2014. But it's just eye-opening in my mind to think, I mean, money talks, I get that. But they've seen something performance-wise, I'm sure, that defends their case of we need to change. And change now because, the Mustang's getting quicker.
Well, definitely, speaking of teams, I actually spoke about this with the Motorsport Mosh Pit group, which is a brand new side quest podcast I'm doing. I call it a side quest because obviously this is the main quest, but that's coming soon, so stay tuned for that. I can't wait to get that underway, but we're having a chat. We're talking about how the reason why everyone hates Triple Eight haters, the reason they hate Triple Eight is because of their domination, right? But we see it time and time again. They dominate for a reason, because they're the best operating team in pit lane. You watch them compared to other teams. They're so professional, so clean at what they do, and it shows on track with their results. No matter what car they're in, we've seen them in the Ford already. We've seen them in the GM already, and now them going back to the Ford. It won't matter. Now, you mentioned how Formula One had different engine suppliers over and over again. That doesn't have a big effect like you do in supercars. Obviously, supercars has a massive cult following with Ford and GM, or Holden, over the years. So this is probably a bit more of a big deal to majority of the people, but I don't expect anything different from Triple Eight, to be honest, for this year. I reckon they're going to do the same as they always did. That's for sure. But one person to look at, actually, this is going off topic a little bit, is Roland Dane at Premier and Premier themselves, with Roland Dane under control. It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, the only thing for me that with Premier is just their driver lineup is a bit, well, I wouldn't say weak, but
it's fresh.
It's new. Yeah, it's new.
That's
the biggest question mark that I could see coming out of that team. Erebus has got to mention here by Bryce as well. They do their own thing. Who knows what they're going to produce? Like they had a very different driver lineup last year, bringing back Jack LeBrock and then Cooper Murray coming out of the woodworks after a slow, let's be honest, very slow start to the year, and then almost won Bathurst. So I don't know if they bring the Chico car back, my prediction will change for the whole year. But as of now, you can't really put any Camaro, I would say, in the top 5 of the championship. Like, it's really hard to see them getting in there, after Triple Eight leaving. It's difficult. My biggest stall, I don't know. I have a bit of a worry about BJR and Brad Jones Racing with the Toyota. I have no idea what they're going to produce. They don't even have an idea. And after the fact that they've had so many years with GM not being successful, I can only hope that they have a good year with Toyota and see some success. But it's going to come with time. They're probably not going to come out of the box winning. Neither will Walkinshaw, I'm thinking. I don't know. But I hope they're not going to be at the back. But I think for that reason of them being a brand new supplier, like you said last week with Cadillac being your biggest stall, I think that BJR could be that for me, just because of the new supplier. That's purely the only reason.
That's an interesting take, because obviously like Toyota have put a lot of money into this. They've already proven how serious they are getting into the sport, and the car looks fantastic. But yeah, like you said, we've seen Mercedes and Nissan and Volvo join once. Volvo, they did really well in their first year, and then unfortunately they went, a bit crap in the next few years. They
did better than Mercedes and Nissan combined.
They did. Mercedes, they invested probably the most money out of everyone, I think, from those manufacturers, and they flopped. Round 1, they were on fire, literally. practice. I think the car was on fire. So
Not a good start.
I just pray. I pray we don't have a Mercedes issue, and I hope that Toyota is actually competitive for the sake of the sport. And I would love to see, because I am a super fan. I'm a Toyota fan. I would love to see a Toyota up there on the top step of the podium. That would be really, really cool. And what especially would be cool is later on in the years, a GR Cup winner wins a championship for Toyota and supercars. And actually, one thing I want to point out as well, how cool is this that manufacturers are getting involved with the progression through motorsport? Yeah. We've got Toyota now with GR Cup, making a pathway for supercars, and now Ford are heavily involved with the Mustang Cup.
Yep.
Which is really cool as well. And whoever wins Mustang Cup Australia will get a test drive in the 888 supercars. So I think that's really cool what they're doing. Wish GM would do something like that. That'll be cool. Make it even better. But no, that's cool.
I think it also opens up a little bit of a pathway to getting to supercars without going to Super 2. Because as we all know, Super 2 is wildly over expensive for what it actually is, and the amount of damage fees I couldn't even imagine what teams and drivers were paying for. Last year wasn't as bad, but the year before, oh my god. That was atrocious. The bills would have been through the roof. But yeah, the Mustang Cup, very interested to see how that goes. It's basically like a GT4 without a little bit of aero, which is to say no aero. But yeah, it's going to be a wild beast of a car to drive to. Do they have a 6-speed? Or they got sequential? 6-speed.
It's a H pattern.
Yeah. You don't see that very often, especially in a V8 powered car.
No.
So yeah, no, I think Mustang Cup could honestly take over a lot of categories in 2026. But back to supercars, most improved, Daniel. What would be your most improved?
I'm going to say Erebus.
Wow.
With Job Stewart. You know the vibe I'm getting with Cooper Morris more than anything, Job Stewart. The Brody Kostecki and Will Brown days of Erebus.
Yeah,
I reckon we're slowly getting back with that.
The young guns.
Barry Ryan is, that's it. Barry Ryan is good for that.
They do well with the younger drivers, don't they?
They do. Cooper Murray, like you said, he improved as the year progressed, especially Bathurst. He didn't have a great year, but he recovered well. But Job Stewart, though, I'm excited to see how he does. He was a fast kid in Super 2 and Super 3 as well, claiming the title. So very excited to see how they go. Maybe they could potentially be GM's only winner. Who knows? I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Mate, I would add the Enduro series for Job Stewart. The way he was keeping up, they threw him. I think it was the Bend. They threw him in with the starters, with the main boys at the beginning of the race. Took a bit of a different approach to strategy, and oh boy, did that pay off! Like he was keeping up with everybody. Wing Cup, Will Brown. He was battling Ryan Wood for a while, I think. No, that's good. Most improved for you would be Erebus. I don't know. I'm going to say it could be Blanchard. I'm going with
that's a good shout.
I'm going with a Ford approach. Aaron Cameron proved that he was worthy of the seat more than Aaron Love, unfortunately. Which, shout out to Aaron Love. I hope he stays in Porsches because he's really good there. Aaron Cameron has shown that he's here and here to race, and obviously he had that front row start in Adelaide that didn't go very well. But he proved that he had the potential to do it. And then adding Jimmy Golding, who almost won Bathurst. They got a good, strong driver lineup now that Courtney's retired. Not that I'm saying Courtney was in the way, but having someone who could be there for a couple of years versus question mark on when he's retiring is a good approach. Oh, by the way, off-season chat, their announcement video to have Stanaway as the co-driver was fucking hilarious. That was fucking gold. I love it. Sorry for the swearing, but that was bloody brilliant. I was pissing myself. It was funny.
No, that was great. But what I'm excited for, though...
Go on. Yep.
Sorry. Is the fact that Stanaway is now a co-driver with Jimmy.
Yeah.
That... Stanaway, I've said this plenty of times, Stanaway is better as a co-driver.
Yep.
In my opinion. He's not as great as a full-time. He's way better as a co-driver. Now, as you were saying, out there prediction? Are we up to that now?
Yep.
Out there prediction. Jeez Louise. I don't know. You go first and I'll think of one.
I don't know if it's really out there, but and I'm kind of hoping this does come true, but a Toyota, I'm assuming Walkinshaw, podium round 1 at any of the races, that would be mine. Yeah, I'm hoping that Toyota just start off with a bang. Like, let's just see them get up there and see what they can do.
I'm just gonna go there, or I am going there. The most out there prediction: Tickford don't bottle their season.
Okay,
just saying. They actually have a decent year. Maybe we can see Thomas Randall take that first win. I know.
You know what, Daniel? Do you know what that is?
What?
That is out there.
It is out there. And I'm putting it out there.
First round dumps called you
Dan is crazy. Well put, mate.
He's going nuts. We need some authorities
I am crazy
here.
and short. I am crazy and short, mate. But
yeah, let's just go through some comments here because, you know, like we said, everyone gets there. Courtney's out there prediction is Thomas to win a race. I assume Thomas Randall. That'd be nice. It's well overdue. Bryce has said Ojeda wins a race and Wood makes top 4 in the finals and wins it all. Gee, that's really out there.
I'll be okay with that, though. I would love to see Wood up there.
And that was all the out there comments that we had live.
Checked.
But post-round dumps just telling Daniel to get some help.
Get checked.
Just that was definitely out there. Definitely out.
Yeah.
Right. Mine was kind of a round 1 kind of out there prediction. If I had to pick a seasonal out there prediction, it would be. I'm a bit worried about Will Brown, to be honest. I don't think he would. I don't think he'd get past round 1 of the finals. That's my out there prediction.
Yeah, right.
Because he's had a lot of luck.
If he drove anything like he did last year, definitely. Yeah, no, he has had a lot of luck, especially last year.
Luck, man.
See, 2024 he was really good. 25 he had an abysmal quality, but a brilliant race run. But yeah, he did get quite lucky to be able to be in Adelaide in the finals.
So
he needs to really work on that qualifying runs this year. That's for sure.
What I've kind of learned is, I don't know if anyone's seen it, and it's a bit off topic, but the F1 video where they drove the F1 car after the Adelaide round. Now, I don't know if Brock Feeney was extremely just pissed off from the days before, which I can understand, but he seemed to drive the heck out of that F1 car straight away, and he didn't stall.
He did a good job with it.
It just seems like every time they have a head-to-head, Brock wins. Brock's just got balls, man. He's just got no fear in him, whereas Brown's got a bit of a hesitation effect, a little bit. Not that I'm saying he's bad. I'm not shitting on Will Brown here at all, but I just feel like the just grit is coming from Brock Feeney. And I'm sorry, Ryan Wood, but you may have caused that. You may have caused the grit of Brock Feeney being this little kid who may or may not replace Jamie Whincup to this angry beast who we could see this year.
Well, we saw a different version of Brock Feeney last season.
Yeah, and
we're going to see a whole other one this year. We're going to see the return of Beard Feeney, as I think post-round dump said. Beard Feeney. Yeah, he's returning as a new... Well, he does now. No, but I mean, he's returning with a brand new face and a brand new mission to take Ryan Wood out. I mean, to win the championship. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure.
Just a bit of a clarification. I'm not replacing Will Brown at Triple A. I just don't think he's as good as Brock Feeney. That's all I'm saying.
I wouldn't mind replacing him at Triple A. I wouldn't mind taking that seat. Oh, you meant to replace the driver. I see how it is.
Here we go.
Yeah, no. To be honest, though.
Sorry.
Oh my god!
First round up just wrote he finally went through puberty. Oh no! Kind of true.
Changed man.
Kind of true, but he's become a man now that he's being taken out of a championship.
He left 2024 as a boy. That's probably what happens when you drive an F1 car. You become a man.
Yeah. Wow, that's gold.
But no, imagine, here's a wild prediction. Imagine if Will Brown left. Ryan Wood at Triple A. Imagine that. That'd be something.
I don't think they could hire him after what he did last year.
No, he's probably not allowed anywhere near them.
And quick mention, the reason I'm saying this is what Courtney said is the Channel 7 news story where, if you missed it, he had an interview regarding the last round with the Queensland Channel 7 News team, and yeah, he's still pissed. So I think as soon as he sees that brand new shiny Toyota, he's not going to give a shit. He's not going to care. Yeah. He's going to do whatever he can to beat that guy. But moving on now, I think should move
before
on.
You do that, sorry.
Go on.
Before we move on to the Formula One side of things, how good is it? I love the fact that Brock is angry at Wood. I love that. Do you know why? Because it goes back to the good old days of Greg Murphy and Marcus Ambrose, Russell Wingle and Mark Skaife hating each other.
Yep.
I love stories, and this is a brilliant story. And hopefully, the story continues because it's a good talking point, gets people talking. That's what modern day supercars lack, especially when Scotty Mack and Gisbergen left. That was the last time we saw it.
Yeah.
So
which
hopefully we see some
I'm still
cool stories.
Pissed off about that. 10 years later.
2017.
Yeah, when he blocked him in. But
no, mate.
You know what we do you know what it also reminds me of? It's one of those things where like you watch like Netflix Drive to Survive and everyone on the track is fearless, but then off the track they're literally best mates, right? They're just best friends. They all hang out with each other. You know what? I want some ruthlessness. I want two people who don't like talking to each other, who don't like sitting next to each other. Bring some fierce. Bring some fight into this. Yeah. Everyone's too nice. Get some fight into him. Anyway.
Yeah, there's too much friendship these days. Yeah,
there
that's
you
exactly
go.
Right. We need some.
Tony and I understand the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
types it and I say
it. Engel versus Cams, which is accurate.
Yeah.
Completely accurate.
Very.
So there you go. But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments below in terms of supercars. What your predictions are. We have heard these great people on TikTok. We've heard ours. Let us know yours in the comments below, and be sure to hit that subscribe button as well, so you can, be part of the podcast as well. Of course, we stream Monday nights weekly on TikTok, so we can post the pod Tuesdays. We're not done yet, though. We've got to talk about Formula One Barcelona Shakedown. Now, If you haven't checked out our YouTube channel, we've been posting daily recaps of all the action, but let's talk about it here now that it's done and dusted, Alex.
Yeah, I'm keen for this because, honestly, much like supercars, F1 doesn't really hide media very well. And we didn't even mention that we're going to do a shakedown pod or segment because we didn't know there was going to be one, because we didn't know that was much media was going to come out. But there was a lot of media, and there's lots to talk about. First thing I think we should mention is just what kind of happened. A bit of some highlights here. You've actually written down, I must admit, some wonderful notes. So feel free to lead that one away.
Okay, so basically, all you need to know is Ferrari set the fastest lap of the whole shakedown all week.
Wait, let me just change my hat for this segment. The delusional fans coming.
Oh, he almost forgot to put the hat on. That's how delusional he is.
Oh, fuck, this doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Wearing the McLaren and Ferrari t-shirt.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I didn't think that through. I'm switching back.
Jeez Louise. All right, yeah, go back. Jeez Louise. Look at him. Williams, by the way, Bryce, Williams did have a fantastic shakedown,
Yeah.
They had such a fantastic one. So there you go. But Ferrari, fastest of all week with a 16.3 with Lewis Hamilton. They did a proper qualifying run in the end there, and Leclerc it was a 16.6 on this Friday morning. But the topic I want to talk about the most is the fact that Mercedes, and I think even Mercedes engine, like overall, like powertrain, set the most laps more than any other constructor or team. So both George Russell and Kimi Antonelli both completed a total 502 laps. With Ferrari, actually, though, second with the most laps with 440 laps. And then it goes with Haas with 386, Alpine 349. Again, Alpine with the Mercedes power unit this season. Look out for them. Then we got Racing Bulls and Red Bull. Both were using Fords this year, 319 and 303. Quick mention about Red Bull, though. We did see Isaac Hadjar crash the car. Now, he is one of the only drivers in Formula One history that has crashed the car twice before the Australian Grand Prix.
Wow.
Just want to say that.
That is dark.
Anyway.
That is dark. Anyway,
he just decided to do it earlier this time. McLaren, 291 laps. They had a pretty good weekend. Both Lando and Oscar got some good laps. There was a fuel system issue for Oscar, though. Audi, obviously brand new team, brand new engine supplier, 240 laps completed. They actually had a hydraulics issue earlier on in the week. And Cadillac, brand new team as well, only did 164 laps. The shocking one, though, is Aston Martin. They did a whopping 65 laps because they only theoretically did 1 day of running. They didn't actually arrive. The car didn't arrive at the track until I think Wednesday night. So, and Thursday was a filming day with Lance Stroll did a 1 minute 49. Now that's real speed, folks. That's actual Lance Stroll speed. But Fernando Alonso did 122, I think was his best. Now compare that to Ferrari in the top 10, literally are 16s all the way to 18s. So hopefully that's just, shakedown things. Hopefully they're actually decent in the test. But Alex, anything to say?
While you were doing that, I did some maths. Just basic maths. If you divide 502 by 4, which is the amount of days that I believe Mercedes ran, correct?
3.
They ran 3.
Yeah, teams. So basically how shakedown worked, you had 5 days, you could only run 3 days.
Okay. Completely ignored the last 20 seconds. Let's move on.
I have destroyed your maths.
Yeah, you destroyed my maths. Okay, moving on. We've got some comments here. I have nothing else to say. Let's have a look. Courtney's talking about Bottas in Australia, which is fair. But Cadillac, let's quickly talk about them. It's been mentioned a few times here that Bryce is saying Cadillac will be the next Brawn GP. I think that will actually go to Aston Martin. So. I think that'll go to Aston Martin after this. Because let's be honest, the Cadillac doesn't actually look different versus the Aston Martin does. I think the biggest takeaway, I think the Mercedes versus Ferrari reliability and the amount of laps is very similar, because if you look at it, Mercedes did 502, Alpine did 374, McLaren did 291, and then who's the final one? Aston Martin. No, they with Honda. Who's the final? Oh, it's Williams, but they weren't there. Sorry, Williams went there.
Yeah, but technically McLaren is the final Mercedes team with the laps.
It's very even though, because Ferrari, Haas, and Cadillac combined, the laps are very. Actually, while you talk, because I'm gonna add them up. Screw it.
Okay. All right. So while Alex does maths, we're gonna be here all night. Let's go back to Cadillac while you're doing that, because brand new team. They do have a Ferrari engine. As much as I would love to see them like Brawn GP, unfortunately, I can see them more as Haas. It's a very similar story. American team with an Italian engine. It's very 2016, isn't it?
I agree.
But have you worked it out? Or are you still calculating?
I'm still
calculating, folks.
Yeah, go.
Let's talk about Aston Martin, though, as well. As you said, they look completely different this year. Yeah, Adrian Newey has gone all out with his car. Obviously, I hope we didn't see a proper running of them this shakedown. Hopefully we see a proper running at Bahrain, but that car looks mean. We're not used to seeing Aston Martin in black either, which was really off-putting, because there was quite a few cars, I was kind of confused which one was Cadillac, which one was Aston from the front. But, I'm excited to see what Aston does this year. It's a very different car altogether. Brand new, obviously, Honda is backing that team again. Obviously, they haven't really backed a team properly since Red Bull, I think, 2022, 2021. Yes, they were an engine supplier for Red Bull, but they weren't involved, if that makes sense. So it's going to be interesting. Bold prediction, second account locks. Bottas wins a race. I would love to see that. That will be absolutely fantastic.
That goes completely against what you said last week, because you put them as your stall.
We don't talk about it. Yeah, I did. But I said I would love to see them.
And you're out there.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, my maths is wrong. I'm trying to find a way to make Ferrari better than Mercedes. No, it's not true.
You keep talking. I'll work it out.
Mercedes engine power teams combined did a whopping 1,142 laps compared, that's what I was looking for, to 990 of the Ferrari power teams. That's predominantly because Cadillac didn't do as much running as the other teams. They're the only team in the 100s still, because every other team did over 200, except for Aston Martin, who didn't even do 100. So, yeah. I can't find a way for Ferrari to be better than Mercedes as of now, besides the lap time. That was it. Have we even mentioned that yet? There we go. Sorry, yes. I just stole your thunder, as Monica would say from Friends. Lewis Hamilton with a 116.3.
Yeah. How cool is that? But
I fell off my chair.
Don't mean much. Yeah, and you posted a meme that went really well.
It did. Thanks to the 165,000 views we got. That's nuts.
That was crazy. I would love to see Ferrari be good this year. You know, every Ferrari fan wants them to do well. But it's the same story each time. But the thing is, lap times they don't really mean anything in shakedown. Yes,
they
fantastic.
do, Daniel. They do. They give away everything in a Ferrari fan's mind.
So does the rest of the season.
What's the season?
Exactly. It's all about the tests. I just hope Lewis has a good year. Last year, almost, I think, pretty much destroyed him. We've never really seen him that low. What?
Latest
comment. What? Oh, yeah.
Sorry, it's off topic, but it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Only TikTok can see this, and
only OGs
if you want to see what's going on, I'm not showing you on YouTube. You actually have to go to TikTok yourself to check it out.
There you go. Just gets deleted after we.
Yeah, but to join our lives,
right.
Join our lives.
That's the camera angle
live. Exactly. To answer your question, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Had to make an entrance, and you did make an entrance, Sassy Kiwi. I actually forgot that was up there. So there you go.
Oh no. Meanwhile, Courtney has written that she still counts the Lewis sprint as a win. What's going on here? Sassy Queen has sent us a heart. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you. Sorry, Sassy Kiwi, I should say. Thank you so much. For the gift. While I was saying, Courtney has said that she still counts the Lewis sprint as a win, the one in China. So do I.
Hey, it's a win. It's a win. It's the same win as I consider Oscar Piastri's sprint win in 2023 as the first win before Lando Norris.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I think for Lewis, that had to be a win because he didn't have any.
No.
Just full stop.
No, literally. They
tried to kill him.
He reached a new low. He reached a new low last year.
Oh, boy.
So there you go. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we have a good year for Ferrari. But there's nothing really shocking other than just the fact that Mercedes look really, really good this season with George and Kimi.
I've never actually been so excited for Bahrain testing before, but I'm really excited. I'm keen to see who comes out of there. I know we're still not going to see probably the fastest times or the best setups or whatever, but I'm very curious to see how close the field is compared to this. There was a comment, by the way, I can't remember from who, but I'll find it, regarding thoughts on Arvid Lindblad, which I know, Daniel, I'm sorry, but the pronunciation of his name during one of your recap, I'm pretty sure you called him Alvin.
I did call him Alvin.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
The Chipmunks. No, but you know what? Because you said that, he is now going to be known as Alvin for me.
Anyway,
so, thanks for that.
Arvin Lindblad. Look, I don't know too much about him. All I see are the memes of him taking people out in F2 and F3. So hopefully he doesn't do that. But hey, if he gets past the formation lap in Australia, he's already had a better start to his campaign than Patrick did last year.
That's true. I'm keen to see how I am keen to see how Alvin goes in his first year of Formula
God's sake.
I think he did a fantastic. He actually did really well. Stay with me. He actually did a really he had a really good, successful
No, he did.
shakedown, right?
He did.
He did really well. His lap times were pretty similar to the top. I'm just looking here. If I go to my top 10 list.
I'm pretty sure he did more than half of the Racing Bulls test.
Okay, so he's not in the top 10, but I have a feeling he probably was 11th. I've only got the top 10, but he had like an 18.4, 18.6, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not too far off compared to Lewis's 16.3, but majority of the teams had 17s and 18s. So he's definitely up there for sure, especially new engine, first time in the car like everyone else, but first time in Formula One as well. You got to keep in mind, completely different car compared to an F2. But in terms of Alvin, like you said, I reckon he'll do really well.
That's going to get me all year, man. Far out. That's going to get me all year. No, I totally agree. I'm actually really looking forward to pre-season testing once again, officially. In Bahrain, where we'll have some lap times and some proper non-looking illegal media coverage.
Yeah, we'll actually have
thanks to the Spanish, by the way, they
well.
made it interesting. Go on.
Oh yeah, I learned a lot of Spanish along the way. Thank God for Google Translate. Otherwise, we would have no idea what was going on. But yeah, Williams, they've confirmed that they will in fact be at Bahrain. So that hopefully is the case. Apparently, they're revealing their car virtually instead of in person now, or as a. I believe, I don't know.
The third.
I have to have a look.
The third.
I have to have a look. But hopefully they have a good year. They're off to a rough start at the moment, but hopefully they're getting rid of their gremlins before they start the season instead of having them during the season, you know? They had a really good, positive year last year with Sainz and Albon. So fingers crossed they can just keep on building that, really. Who will replace Max in the main team next year? Oh, you reckon Alvin will replace Max? Yeah. I'm going to say it for the rest of the year, mate. Interesting. Although Max, I can see that. I can see that happening. It depends on how he does this year. Because Red Bull are known for kicking their drivers out before they grow. So we'll see what happens.
Or replacing drivers. Replacing drivers before they grow. Alex Albon.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Alvin and Max to Aston.
Far out. Jeez, everyone's going to call him bloody Alvin for the rest of...
Sassy Kiwi, we did mention this earlier, but who is going to replace Neil Crompton is the $1 million question. Now, I reckon Matt Noldy.
Fair. It's an option.
Any comment? Do you have a choice if you had the choice?
To be honest, I don't want to replace Neil Crompton, like we've briefly said.
But if you had a choice on who you would want to replace...
Yeah, Nolty's the clear favourite. Fun fact, for years I got him and Richard Craill very mixed up.
You did. You still did recently, actually.
I had to see them both next to each other to work out who they were. They
I'm
sound
pretty
similar.
I still remember... I can't remember. I can remember when we were at the airport after High Tech Oils at Sydney. He waved at us, like we saw him and that. But I don't know if you thinking when I was next to you, I was like, "Geez, do you know who that is?"
I think in my head, I'm like, "Oh, there's Krause," and it was Nolty. Yeah.
They're both Adelaide. They're both South Aussies. So there you go. It gives you. But definitely Nolty. He's a fantastic guy, both on track. Trackside and off tracks, I guess, as well. We've got a few questions. Let's end the pod with some fun questions, I suppose.
Well, there's a lot of comments coming in.
That's what I mean. We've got some good ones
regarding Garth Tander or James Courtney, because that's been mentioned as a backup, kind of like secondary commentator.
Garth Tander as a commentator. Garth Tander. I reckon. Yeah, we've already heard him already.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I haven't heard much of JC, but Tander. He's pretty good at what he does in terms of providing the information and whatnot. Murph or Frosty? For what context? Like for media sort of things, or just in general? Because it's Greg Murphy for me any day of the week. I love Frosty, but you can't. I grew up loving Greg Murphy.
Comment.
Well, in that case, I'd say Neil Crompton.
Yeah, same.
Valid point. Who replaces Scafey? Anyone. Literally anyone.
I knew you were going to say that. I had a feeling you were going to say that.
No, but seriously, if Crompo isn't there this year, I can picture Matt Noldy and Garth Tander.
Yep.
That's what comes to mind.
Scott Pye. Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's a bold. That's an out there prediction. I don't think he'd want to be.
I'll tell you that. No,
I don't think he'd want to be. That's Scott's problem. He's too busy talking shit with the Apex Hunters. Which, by the way, good on them because like kind of us with the whole numbers chat we had before. The honest truth needs to come out.
Yeah, that's it. But hey, we love them for that. That's what they're known for, and there's not many people out there that have the balls to speak their mind, pretty much. Scafey, apparently he's out of the commentary side of things. I'd love to see, as I said earlier, I'd love to see him as a pit reporter. He'll be a better fit with that. Imagine him and Russell Ingall together, but Russell's no longer part of it, unfortunately. But imagine them going around pit lane together. That would be something, wouldn't it? Sassy said, I would love to see the old Dog Murph back in suit. Oh, yeah, I would love to see that. Imagine, do you know what it would absolutely be cool? If him and his son did a Bathurst together one year. That'd be cool. And period. Decent. Hopefully we see his son in Supercars one day. That'll be really cool. But I suppose we should wrap up the pod.
Yes.
We've been talking for quite a bit.
TikTok live,
so
we'll wrap up the pod.
We'll keep TikTok live for a little bit. But thanks everyone who has tuned in for watching. I know it's been a long one, but I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest news in Supercars and Formula One. And be sure to follow our TikTok to be part of our Cooldown Room pod every Monday night. So we aim to do stream 7:30 p.m. Adelaide time. Asterisk there in case we have to delay it or move it a different day every now and again due to the travels and just being busy, but that's our plan. Every Monday night we go live, and Tuesday the pod is published both on Spotify and YouTube. And comment below your favourite driver for Formula 1 and Supercars. Formula 1, mine has to be Alvin the Chipmunk. Alex's is agreed as well, but I just want to point that in there. But also, follow our brand new, I know I'm just promoting things, but follow our brand new LTM Clips YouTube channel. If you haven't got time to watch the full podcast, or there's certain moments you want to watch, such as the Neil Crompton chat, F1 chat, Alvin chat, make sure you follow LTM Clips because
I'm going to get you a t-shirt just as Alvin Lindblad. Seriously. Far out. And then put a chipmunk on it.
Oh god! With a mini
helmet or something.
Yeah. Follow LTM Clips on YouTube. I'll be linking it down in the description. So if you can't watch the full pod, you can check out those clips there, and also funny moments such as this.
By the way, before we go, and this is a live announcement, but if you are a fan of MotoGP, don't worry, we got you covered. Myself and Ivan, the third member of our crew here at LTM, we're going to start a MotoGP-based podcast. We've kind of seen that there's not too many going around, so we thought we'd dive in. And Ivan is a massive bloody MotoGP fan. He knows everything about it. So we're not sure what day that will happen regularly, or actually we need a name for it, by the way. Like, we've got the cooldown room here. We actually need a name. So, Daniel, if anyone has any suggestions, I'm assuming?
That's it. If anyone has any idea what we should be calling that podcast, drop it in the comments below. And if you're on TikTok, comment them down below as well.
Yeah, we need.
But that should be exciting. So, yeah.
Like I said, we don't know what night that'll be starting, but obviously be sure to follow us on our socials for all updates in regards to that. But MotoGP Pod, I'm excited about it. And very keen to see some two-wheel action this year. Our goal is to go to what could be potentially the last Australian Grand Prix at Phillip Island this year. But if you like MotoGP, and also they'll be live on TikTok as well. Just exactly what we're doing now, just except Daniel's not going to. He might be there sometime. Just
with a much smaller person.
With an Italian, angrier Italian version of Daniel.
But he has got a habit of leaving the camera. Remember that? back
Wait,
from your last two
LTM
times.
Moto's already come in as a suggestion. That's not a bad one.
Ooh, that's nice.
I don't
LTM
mind that. ChatGPT was useless compared to Sassy Kiwi. There'll be no toilet paper on the roof in the background. Let's end the pod. Let's end the pod. Oh my god.
Don't judge my toilet
This is
paper.
gold.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week for the next episode of the Cooldown Room Pod. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also check out our news clips along the way and other cool things. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Ciao.